I've just have to check if everything's working good. And we'll do a sound check. Alright, should be it. I am streaming tonight. It's just subbing in for Liam and Liam Deflated Wee, who's unfortunately ill this week, and Snacks, who is unavailable this week. Hopefully I can good evening everyone. Hopefully I can deputise well. I can't tell if I can hear myself because I've got an advert, so if anyone can tell me. Dry race, okay. Weatherman is saying a dry race. Speaking of the Weatherman, he is the first on track. Yeah, grip could be different due to the overcast conditions. We're going to have to see what the initial lap times of the session are in the dry qualifying. Lap date times and stuff, yeah. Alright, multiple cars out on track now. Yeah, I've got it on socks. If I can have the telemetry on, I'll put it on here, but I don't know if I can. Killian, you're scared? Fair enough. Well, you're the championship leader, so I hate to pile the pressure on, but I guess there is a lot to lose for you here. Which one can I do? I'm not sure. I mean, I don't know if I can have it on or not, so. Alright, thanks, Padge. I'll try and speak as loud as possible, but I do have the party mic turned all the way up. Telemetry and call, yeah, okay. I can hear myself real good. Alright, flurry of cars out on track. We'll have to see who can set the pole time. The pole time in realistic, I think, yeah, the pole time in no assist here was a 1:14.7. I believe in the realistic tier it was somewhere else. Track map on as well, yep. So the pole times have been in the low 1 minute 14s and the high, or the very high one. Or, sorry, the high 1:14s. English, I can't English. Good luck, Sots. But yeah, we'll have to see how that affects assists here. Sots are telling me for the stream he thinks the pole time is going to be a 1:15.2 in assist here. We're going to have to see. Anyway, we have Nyco out on his first lap, the one-time podium sitter. First one going through turn 2 to turn 3. To the dreaded turn 4, which can be a track limits magnet, but we'll have to see. Carrying the speed through, just on 6th gear, brake as late as possible as you can, again carrying the speed. Make sure you don't take too much curb through the turns 8 and 9 chicane, or the chicane is. Carrying the speed through sector 2 as we pass through turns 9 and 10. 52 seconds on lap time so far. On the ERS, we've got other drivers out on track. Purple sector 2, we'll have to see that the sectors are bugged. Up to turn 14, the penultimate corner. Nyco, I believe the first one set lap time in the session. DRS about to open on the final straight. We'll see where he ends up. That's going to be a 1:15.8 for the Aston Martin driver. I think we've got, I think it's Williams of Alex, so he's gone into the pit lane. Alright, Aiden up next. Slightly lower ERS. We'll have to see where he ends up. That's going to be a 1:15.897, about 1,000th slower than that. Wizard Mitten with a 16.5. Aiden not doing too bad. 16-point finishers, looking to be his 17th here today. It's a bit of an incident there for Wizard on his cooldown lap. Ethan on the end of his out lap. Well, that's Johnny actually. I can't read. Ethan, I believe, about to start lap. Killian, championship leader, 15.6. Let's see where he ends up. This going for his 11th win in Hungary. Today's race, 11th total win. And that is Ethan with a 20.3. I think that was not his main lap. He's starting that now. Down to turn 1. Can leave you a bit off camera. Opening for the DRS. We've got a caution sector 2. I believe that's one of the Ferraris going slow for his teammate. Locking up Ethan here into turn 2. Slightly wide maybe, but he's carrying the speed through. He's on the ERS. He's down to turn 4. The dreaded turn 4. Caution sector 2 again, but I think it's just car going slow. Allegedly purple sector 1 for Ethan, the reserve here today. Gained his first ever podium in the league, yet in the realistic tier race on Thursday with the old tyres. Obviously on new tyres here, carrying the speed through sector 3. Flat through that corner, turn 11 up to turn 12. Apparently a purple sector 2. 3.8 seconds up on his lap time. His personal best, he was telling me, is a 14.5. Can he match that in this session? We've got Johnny B, the man who won a race in, I believe it was a different tier of COVID, but fair enough to him. Anyways, Ethan crosses the line. P1, 15.4. Well on to Ethan. Who else we got on lap? We've got Cal on a lap here up to turn 4. We'll go on board with him. Oh, he's binned it into turn 4 on the exit. As Cal fails to get the car through and ends up with wing damage. So we've got Socks and Padge on the outlaps. Padge is a fate. Does like starting towards the back and go to the front though. We saw that the other day, I think, where he got to P4 or P5, I think, in the realistic tier race. Anyways, Socks. This is Alex about to start his outlap. Someone needs to send me to Specsavers. Caution sector 2 on the cars, I think, waiting up. The man who got wing damage as Alex starts his lap. Him and his Killian are leading in the Constructors' Championship. He'll be looking to get as many points as he can to supplement that lead. As he goes down to turn 4. Turn 4, turn 2. Don't know what's wrong with me. Alex is not on the pace usually, unfortunately. I do have to say, but he can produce some good times. Purple relative to everybody else on track right now. Most of the grid on the pit, Alex and Captain Aiden, and I believe that Alex is not Alex's teammate. Another car on track. We've got another few leaving the pit lane, but Alex here coming to the end of his lap. Break at the start of the curb, down to 3rd gear. 210 kilometers as he goes into the final corner. 2nd, 3rd, 4th gear. He's still got a lot in the tank as he heads up to the line in that ERS. That ERS tank again as he opens the DRS, crosses the line. That's going to be a 1 minute 18.1 for Alex. We've got now Socks, who's 2nd in the championship. He's out on his outlap. Who else have we got on track? We've got Captain Aiden. We've got Alex on his in lap. Killian and Nyco on their next runs, their 2nd runs. We've got 9 minutes 25 seconds to go. Got the top 2nd, 3rd and 4th out on track, most apart from a few who just set their laps on track. We're going to go on board with the championship leader Killian here. The first one to set his 2nd run. We'll have to see if he can improve on his time. Ethan for provisional pole. Needs to improve by 3/10. Round 2 to 3/10 to get the provisional pole as he starts his lap down to turn 1. Braking around the 100, just after the 100 if you're pushing the limits here. 2nd gear. You want to be careful with the power and the ERS. You don't want to end up in the barrier on the right. Down to turn 4. Braking as late as you can. Long left into a fast right. Carrying the speed through sector 1 as he comes to the end of that first sector. Killian is not 37 thousandths up on his time, but he has invalidated at turn 4. The track limits magnet corner, everybody. One of a few out laps. Nyco, P7 in the Drivers' Championship. He's out on his lap. Looking for maybe a first win, a 2nd podium, and another points finish for sure. Although, as obviously we have top 15 points, everybody currently who they finish the race will get points as he The Aston Martin driver is a bit of a snap. We've got a little conundrum off at turn 1. Just a few cars are passing, I'd imagine. See, anyways, Nyco can get track limits. He does not get that. Continues on his lap as we head up to the chicane of turns 8 and 9. Hello, David. You got ads? Yeah, I had ads when I just got to do a sound check for myself. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Anyways, we've got Nyco finishing his lap. There's a bit of cars passing each other in the chicane area. And Nyco up to the line almost now. The final corner, he bails on his lap into the pit lane. We do have a few others on the track as well. Most of them, only 2 people, actually 4 in the pit lane. A lot of action here as drivers set their next times. Right, let's see who else we can have. Like Padge, I believe, on his end lap. We've got Steely, I think, who is on a lap. Socks is definitely on a lap. Killian on an in lap or an out lap. Same with Johnny B, I think, unless he's on a lap. Smiley has joined, and Ethan has got track limits, and he bails. Go on with Socks. I wasn't until you spoke. Fair enough. Interesting. And that is the order. Got 5 minutes 50 to go. Most drivers will be waiting until the end for their final runs, though we still have a few on track. Josh is on his lap. Purple sector 2 relative to everyone else. Josh 3rd in the championship. One of the 3 challengers closest to Killian. So he comes up to the line now in the Sauber. Trying to open the DRS on the exit of turn 14. Now the ERS draining. And that's going to be provisional pole of 1:15.397 for Josh. We've also got that guy on a lap. He goes to P4. That just leaves Smiley and Cal without lap times now. Joking. Yeah, I sort of knew you were joking. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Why am I alone? Well, Liam is unwell, so he said he didn't want to stream because he's unwell, and Snacks is unavailable, so I'm substituting this week. Otherwise, it'd be me and Liam. I don't know where Snacks is, but he's busy. Yeah, we've got a few on out laps, but not much happening right now. The one this pole time Socks told me, we are only about 1/10 off it, 2/10 off the pole time. Although I know drivers like Ethan can probably go a lot faster, and obviously Josh has only done 1 run. That guy's invalidated his lap, so he'll probably be heading straight to the pits. Might have a few drivers coming out now, although most of them will want to go at the end of the session. Josh heading into the pits. He has done the man who's done 87 races is in the pit lane, but we have Wizmitten and Alex out on track. Saying laps. Alex on his 2nd run on the new tyres, not using the scrubs would make sense for the end, so he goes into turn 1. DRS open. Currently only him and Wizard on the track. I think Wizard's just starting his lap as well. And Alex is going through turn 4. Wizard into turn 1. DRS just close for him. Alex upped into turn 4, famous for track limits. Snacks is with the wife. Poor Liam. Yeah, I hope Liam gets better, and you know, Snacks is enjoying himself, spending time with his partner. But back to the racing. Got Alex heading through turn 9 into turn 10. Coming towards the end of sector 2. Now to the flat turn 11. Taking a bit of the inside curve there, which does go wide, but not at track limits, interestingly. So that's where I bottomed out there, turn 11 in the realistic tier race. Alex coming up to the penultimate corner, turn 13, about to end his lap. Where will he be? Slightly wide. Maybe not carrying the speed as much as he would have wanted. Right, Alex up to the line. He's going to not improve a 119.7. Although I'm not sure if he was on a lap there. He might have been. There's we've got a couple drivers out. Now we've got Ethan on an out lap. We've got Smiley on his out lap for his first lap. It means we have 2 minutes 18 seconds remaining. I believe the pole time will probably be in the high 15s or the low 15s and the high 14s. Probably. But it has to be seen how much track evolution. Oh, he backed out. That would explain. Yeah, you're probably right. He backed out because that place is really easy to bottom out. Yeah, otherwise, yeah, it probably could have been track limits for him. It's probably why he did set that slow lap time as well. Makes sense. Guys, we've got Ethan, Johnny, and Josh out on a majority of the field, apart from Wizard, Alex, and Padge on laps right now. We're going to go on board with Josh, third in the championship, looking for another points finish, or his 17th win in IIRL. He's on his out lap currently. Ethan, we're going to go on board with him. He's on his final run. As we go to turn 2, carrying the speed through, slight lock up on the rear left. It's down, it's turn 3, continuing on the ERS up to turn 4. You want to carry the speed through, not getting track limits is close. It's not. Sector 2 is a bit of a warning, but Ethan does get purple sector 1. See if anyone else can take that. Through to the chicane, getting the curves right. You don't want to lose too much time there. Through turn 9, up to turn 10. Turn 9 you can go a bit wide. That greeny area is not nice to be in. He's going to have a few cars he's going to have to pass. It's going to be perfectly fine to move out of the way. Right, Ethan coming towards the end of his lap. Into turn 13. Third gear. Didn't check how much of he's up or not. Right, as he crosses the line. One of the first people to cross the line, I believe. Or they're first. Up to the line, Ethan with a 1 minute 14.998. Gonna go on board with Josh now. He's going through turn 2. Coming towards the end of sector 1. When he does, we'll see his time. Corgi's managed to install his game. We've got many drivers out on track. I think next one is going to be Killian. Oh yeah, he's just started his lap. Josh goes faster than Ethan in sector 1. Up on his time just about. But not currently enough to take provisional pole away from Ethan. There's a shootout here. We've got a few cars moving around to pass the slower ones, letting them through. In sector 2 and 3. 1, 2, and 3 and now to change. Josh into sector 2. He is barely up on his lap time. He's going to be in the low 1 minute 15.3, so currently not enough to get to Ethan. As he goes through the penultimate corner. Not going too wide into the pit lane entry. Up to the final part of the lap here. DRS open, Cal retires, Corgi is left, and Josh does not get pole position. Who have we got up next? Killian, I believe, is up. This one of the cars we've got up next. As he comes to the line, the championship leader of assist here in season 9. He's up to the line. That's going to be not pole position for Killian. That's a 1 minute 15.2. That guy, I think he's about to start lap. Oh no, he didn't. I think he was on a different, not on a time lap. I keep lagging mid-corner, it's hard. That's fair enough. The lag can be bad, but yeah, that's Ethan on pole position. That is his second pole position in IRL. Hopefully he can vote it to win, but we've got Ethan first, Killian second, Josh third, Johnny fourth, that guy fifth, Aiden sixth, Nyco seventh, Sox eighth, Steely ninth, Wizard 10th, Alex 11th, Padge 12th, Corgi 13th, Smiley 14th, and Cal 15th. That is your order for the race, folks. I'll get the screenshots as well, just in case Padge needs them. And that is qualifying. Ethan with his second pole for the race. Killian's, although starting from the front row, he could challenge it to turn one if he can get a good launch. We did see with Willow that on Tuesday, if you get a bad grid parking position, it can cost you the race, as Cod got a good launch. But now we are on to the 5-minute break. Ethan with another pole position in this league, although his first in the assist tier. We'll have to see how it goes. Despite he was 4/10 off his personal best in practice, that is still pole position by 3/10. I can breathe. I mean, I'll try sometime, David. Don't worry. I like to keep talking because it feels a bit awkward. I'll stop. I'll stop blessing your ears for 1 second. I'm also a mouth breather, which probably doesn't help. But due to medical reasons, I'm a mouth breather. Let's have a look in the chat. Alright, 5-minute break in the it has been announced. We're starting at 3 minutes past 8, everybody. Maybe I need to take your page out of your book, David. I'm feeling my voice go already. He's got 3 minutes to go. Make sure my laptop's good charge as well. I don't want that dying. Although I think the launch here is going to be very important. Just chill. I'm trying to take it a bit more chill, David. Although if I sound serious or non-stop talking, I'm taking it seriously. We'll have to hope that Ethan gets a good grid spot. I can't take you seriously. Fair enough. I think it goes both ways. I don't know. As you can see, all league races uploaded to YouTube. So if you want to hear my lovely voice again, or I guess in some ears sarcastic or unserious voice, you can listen to it there. I'm sure it'll be uploaded not too long after. The race starts in 120 seconds. Less of that. Oh, sorry, I couldn't resist the urge to go for a bit of a jab. I'm just joking, cancer. Big up. Remember, David, I'm part of your fan club. Me and Nyco. Josh saying is going to be a one-horse race unless Killian has pace. We'll have to see. We'll sit back and relax and wait for the race to start, really. Believe it'll either be a 1-stop or a 2-stop today. There was a backhand coming that way. I've saved myself. Well, you can't backhand your own fans, David. Come on, that's a bit rude. There's a reason why. I'm literally subscribed to your Only Wheels. Like, come on, you can't do that to your own fans, man. Anyways, I think the race is starting. Oh, the race is going to be starting any minute now. I probably have to I know. Well, good, you know. Try and make it clear, I guess. That was meant to be private. Yeah, but we're trying to make you more money, David. We need to get more people to see your very cool sim racing setup. Because then you just make more money, I guess. There's nothing wrong with that. Alright. Oh, I almost had a voice crack. Race should be starting any minute, folks. You're melon. It goes both ways, David. Alright, Sock saying let's go. The race should be starting any minute, although it still says waiting for players for me. Very mid setup. You're very modest, David. You're very modest. I drive on the controller, so I guess I could say the same. Alright, formation lap starts. The lights go green for the start of it now. Alright, formation lap. Let's have a look in the race director what tyres we're on. We've got Ethan on the hards, Killian on the mediums, Josh, Johnny and that guy on the hards, Aiden on the softs, Rogue Choice, Nyco and Sock Steely on the hards, and then we've got the medium runners running from Steely to Smiley, and we've got Cal on the hards. Just drivers getting some warmth into their tyres, zigzagging through the formation lap. You're probably looking to run around 1.4 laps of fuel here. Although I'd imagine you can get away with running a fair bit less. We'll have to see. But we've got Ethan going for his first win. Killian looking to extend his championship lead. Josh looking to catch up to Killian. We've got championship challenger Sulks is down in 8th. It's a very hard track to overtake on, so we're going to have to see if he can climb any more places. We've got Padge, not starting from the very back, but starting not too far from it. He might get a mention for driver of the day today. Tyres. Socks, just gone through all the tyres, mate. But it's we've got Aiden on the soft, and most other people it's split between hards and mediums. Alright, drivers lining up to the grid. We've got the last car, Cal, running the last corner. He's about to get to the grid. We're about to have the race start. Smiley with the DSQ, Ethan with the good parking, and as well as the other front row drivers. We've got final cars approaching the grid, and they are in. We're about to start. One, two, three, 4, 5. It's 5 lights and away we go in assist here in Hungary. Ethan with a good launch off the line. Killian also as well. His car was slightly angled. We're going 3 wide behind there as Killian looks to overtake Ethan to the first corner. Side by side, Killian is ahead into turn 2. We've got some other overtakes going on there. Sox remains in 8th despite a bit of threat from Steely. Bit of wheel banging into turn 2 with Nyco and the other drivers going few cars wide into there. Up to turn 4. The relatively fast corner. We've got still cars trying to go too wide, but they go out in similar formation. We've got back there Corgi having a bit of an incident. Yeah, the grid remains relatively uniform as Killian pips Ethan to first place into the first corner. Killian running away slightly, 6th, 10th gap between him and Ethan as Ethan has a 1 second gap to Josh already. I'll get the tyres up for you, everybody. Right. Grid seems to be forming up a bit. All the top 2 have already got a DRS gap. Looks like it could be a bit of a 2-horse race for the win here. Aiden, let's see how he's doing on those softs. Killian gets fastest lap, 123.1 on the first lap. Going on board with Aiden here. on the soft tyres. They're not going to last for too long. We're going to have to see. DRS, I think, has not been activated yet. Be on next lap. He's staying relatively close. The only gap currently we have now are the leading pack. Oh, well, the leaders. Killian has already gapped Ethan by 1.5 seconds. The graphic saying a one or a 2 stop is the strategy here, which is correct. Although it seems Killian could, if he could extend his tyres. He's ran away, really. Maybe get a pit stop gap. We'll have to see as he goes for his 11th win. Aiden with a track limits penalty on lap 2. He's got 3 warnings into lap 2. That's insane. Yeah, no major gaps in the grid right now. It's only between Killian and Ethan. Although Killian is on the new mediums, I think Ethan might be tyre saving a bit. Josh here, known for his infamous strategies. We're going to see what he can do this race. As he looks to catch Killian in the standings. Probably going to pass Socks or catch up to him significantly. Going to outscore him. Killian improving his fastest lap to 19.1. Our record race lap in the dry is a 1:15.7 set by Cod Camper. We got an overtake though on Corgi from Alex. The back 3 fight, the back pack 2.1 seconds adrift from Cal. And the train that stretches from Ethan, just about Ethan, to Cal. And I'm going to have some water. Oh, Johnny B with a 3-second time penalty, a relatively recent race winner. That's 2 penalty runners as we are on lap 3 of 35. Still 32 laps to go and they've got penalties. Worrying for them. Oh, it's Ethan has gapped Josh out of DRS. There's a fair few gaps. The top 5. Aiden in 5th, just shy of DRS. Probably will get it for lap 4. Smiley with a 3-second penalty as well in 11th. We head into lap 4 for everybody now. Killian leads from Ethan, who's just about to get into DRS, but not on this lap. He's in that range, but not now. He leads from Josh, Johnny, that guy up into P5 as he goes into turn 1 around the outside. DRS open as it is a double detection zone. Then we've got Aiden, who's just been overtaken. Nyco, Steely, Socks, Wizard, Smiley, Cal, Corgi, Alex and Padge. Padge hopefully looking to do one of his last 2, the mid-points. I think Corgi disconnected a bit unfortunately, but he is back. Look now. So Ethan is going to have the better tyres in a couple of laps time. Looking up to the front, but looking back, we've had a bit of a fight. I think it's one of the McLarens going slow. That has led a few people to overtake. Oh no, actually. I think it's just Steely overtaking Socks. How bad. We've got the front fight and we've got the rest of the pack. Ethan has got back to DRS for round 5? Lap 5. Seeing most cars in their own gaggles, but we're seeing a bit of fighting here. As Aiden is the first to pit. Steely overtakes as the rest of the field will behind Aiden. He probably will come out around last place. That promotes Socks into his start grid position of 8th. Oh, we do have an overtake from Steely getting up into 6th place from Nyco. We have Steely with 833 total points looking to increase that. Maybe another podium, his 17th he could get today, but we'll have to see. Got our top runners, it's just Ethan and Killian in the fight for the win. Looking further down the grid, we've got a few gaggles of cars as we're starting to have some trains form on their own. A few trains on their own, that's all. Most of the medium runners will probably be hitting the 25% mark on their tyres soon. That will mark the transition where the hards will become faster. I'd imagine most of the front runners will be one stopping, especially if they're a wheel runner, which I think is pretty much everybody. Most people, at least. Although the two stop is also fast as you get the benefit of new tyres. But there is a difference between the strategies, obviously. Ethan looking for an overtake round the outside. Looks for it round the outside, thinks about it, but doesn't go for it. DRS open to the second one on lap 6. Keeping the gap to Killian as Josh is now back in DRS. Presume Killian's now losing a lot of time due to his tyres. That is what's going on at the front. A close battle between the top 4 now as the train closes up, presumably due to Killian's older tyres. That would explain why he got a good launch. Aiden is 9.1 seconds adrift on new hards, which should help him get back there. Although I think the softs are still relatively rogue call. So as it stands, Williams, the gap between RB and Williams would decrease. Got both RBs in the points, not significantly, but still. As Killian's teammates not going to score as many points, although our top 15 do score points. Looking to score a few more as Ethan into turn 1, closing up. The best overtaking zone most likely on the track here into turn 1 is just Josh goes a bit wide. We have had a lot of overtakes. I'd say the track is called Monaco without the walls. We do have a fair amount going on. Fair few battles. Going to focus here on the battle for the win. The lead, that is. Ethan is A5-2-1, looking to catch up to Killian, looking to perhaps take the win. Although this is still a tight, twisty, permanent venue. So it's you're hard stuck for overtaking zones here, even if you have the better tyres. Coming up to lap 8 now as the leading train round the penultimate corner now. It's caution in sector 2. I think that's a car off. Is it Smiley? Yeah, Smiley's had a bit of a spin out turn 11. As we start lap 8. Now, I'm going to run you through the penalties. If I can find it, that is. Oh, we've run to an advert again. But we do have some overtaking. Ethan, actually, I'm just going to focus on this quickly. Ethan going for the overtake, and now he gets it into turn 3, but Killian looking up the inside. Killian and Ethan battling for the win. Oh, that could be a bit of a squeeze from the Williams driver. That might be one for the stewards to look at today. That was a close one, but definitely a close war battle for the lead. Alright, penalties. We've got Johnny B on a 3 second, Smaller Smiley on a 3 second, and same for Aiden. That is it. Killian's tyres most likely will have dropped off by now. The hards are now going to be faster. Is that a warning for Ethan? Depends what the game thinks, really. We've got caution set to do. We've got car off again. Smiley is off again as he goes into second to last. Long grass on those tyres. Yeah. Tight for battle. We've got the top 5 train, then we have the train stretching from Steely down to Socks. We've got a lot of DRS trains here, folks, so there is some fair gaps. Now, despite Corgi not qualifying, he's up to 10th. Congratulations. Bit of grass on those tyres on the right side, but he continues. As Wizard gets an overtake on Smiley now, as the Smiley, pardon me, has boxed. We got close train at the front still. Ethan has currently got 13 points finishers, although he's fighting for his, he's certainly secured his 14th. His first pole position in the assist tier, fighting for his first win. We saw that ever so slight squeeze from Killian in the first sector. Ethan closing up again. Josh 7-10 to drift. Killian boxes. I thought there was an incident there, but I think I'm just blind. Well, I will be going to spec saves after this race. Maybe Vision Express. Speaking of somebody who doesn't need Vision Express, Ethan is in P1 right now, but Josh isn't too far behind. Slightly further back, although he does get the DRS. It looks like Killian is going for the 2-stop. Boxes for hards on lap 10. I respect that. I mean, the mediums probably won't last longer than 10 to 11 laps. It won't be too good, but Nyco, there's a tight battle between Nyco, Steely, and Socks, I believe that is. Socks maybe looking for an overtake. Almost tapping the behind of Nyco as we're going into turns 8, 6, 7 of the chicane. 6 and 7, that is correct. Don't know why I've written that as 8 in my commentary notes, but yeah, back to the racing for sure. That guy in P4. Scored 15 points in the assist here so far. Looking to increase that. And he certainly will. Alright, we start lap 10, lap 11. Lap 11, we've got still quite a fair amount of the race to go. The people who are 2-stopping will probably box around now if they started on the mediums. Although that is the minority of the field. The leading 8 have not boxed or are on 10-lap old tyres, majority of them. Well, everyone, all of them. Killian looking to gain ground. He will gain a lot of time on the new tyres. If we do the gap to leader, he is 18.1 seconds away from Ethan right now. As it looks like Ethan and Josh fighting for the win on their hards. The old hards are good, so we're going to see how long they can extend them for. Maybe looking to box in the early lap 20s. If you're on the hards, you start on the hards, that is, yep. We're going to go further back to a battle behind, as we got Socks going a bit wide. He's up in 7th, obviously, after Killian boxed. Outscoring his championship rival as it stands, although Josh is outscoring both. It's always weird seeing your 77 on the side of the car and not knowing that it's Valtteri Bottas. Obviously, he's not a driver right now. Killian sets the fastest lap of a 18.7, although that is still around 3 seconds off the fastest lap record in the race, scored by Con Camper. I believe that was in Season 8 as well, although I might be wrong. But we've got a bit of overtaking here. Wizard Mitten overtaking Corby as he pits. We've got 2 main trains and then a lot of field spread towards the back. We've gone on board with Ethan just to show what's going on behind him. Seeing the marbling on those tyres, those worn hards. As he does get Josh, I think he is out of DRS at the point where it's detected. Johnny B, the 3-second time penalty. We'll have to see if Josh gets DRS. Josh is out of DRS currently for these next 2 zones. Say Wizard's name properly. How do I say it? Wizard? Wizard? He's called Jack the Pro in Discord, but I just call him Wizard. But you're more than welcome to join me in the commentary box and tell me how to do it properly, Dave. I'll work on it though. Right, as Mitten here, Wizard Mitten gains another place. Next. Wizard Sleeve. If he's called Wizard Sleeve, David, it doesn't say it on his in-game name. And also, you've got one that you've spelled his name wrong. If he's called Wizard Sleeve, he doesn't say he is. Anyways, looking further up the grid. I think I know, you know something I don't. You got me. You got me good. I'm not going to hear the end of that next week. You're a child. I mean, you're pretty much correct there. You're a man-child, David. I'm not going to hear the end of that. But, moving on. In the famous words of DJ Khaled, you played yourself. Anyways, focusing on the on-track action. Well, if it gets clipped, I'm not going to hear the end of it, David. It's on to lap 14. Josh clambering back into the DRS, 9/10 gap. Just going to be in DRS. I think at the point he was in as well. Oh no, he wasn't in DRS. That is interesting, but Johnny B behind does have that. I'm going to take a water break as well, folks. Let you enjoy this action for a moment or two. Steely with the fastest lap, 18.4, getting a few tenths closer to the fastest lap. Record, that is. You don't know how to clip, David? I'll let you discover that one. Right, back to the action, 20 laps to go. Oh, and I've disconnected from my party. Right, let's just fix that real quick. Right, that guy with a 3-second penalty. I don't know if that's his second or not, which I have to check. That is the second. Johnny has to. That is the first for that guy. At Corgi as well, joining the track limits penalty club. That guy as well, falling behind in the DRS. He would finish 4th on track no matter what. Socks pits. Presumably for those mediums. I think he's doing the one stop. Smaller Smiley with the penalty as well. As Socks goes back in the order. A few people taking over his spots. Oh, Ethan slightly ride into the chicane there, into turn 6, specifically. Although he does retain the lead. Just watching it, let's go on board with Josh here. He keeps DRS. He's not, it looks like he's up to one of his weird strategies again. That he's gained some notoriety for. Or some could say infamous. Thinking about drive of the day, I'm not actually sure. Oh, I can't show that. That's my bad. Cal will get the drive of the day by the game because he's currently got the most positions in so far. Oh, we've got a caution set to one that is a car off. I think that's Johnny B. Yeah, that is Johnny B. That lets Killian catch up to him. He locks up into turn 3, gives the space to Killian. That promotes championship leader up to 4th. It's unlucky error for Johnny B. Oh, and Steely has left the session. Forge disconnected. I don't know if I can invite him. I don't think I have him added. Don't know who those people are. My friends are sorry, actually. You, sir, are doomed? I hope not. There's Johnny B locks up again. I think he's probably going to box soon. Speaking of the devil, that is Johnny B in the box, the new mediums, I presume. And Steely follows him as well. No pit lane to be limit penalties, and Nyco is up to 5th. Oh, Steely's back. We got him in, folks. He's not lost too many positions. He's up to now 9th in the pit lane. He beats Johnny B. Now we'll run through the order. Lap 18. We've got Ethan, Josh, that guy on the podium spots. Killian, Nyco, Cal, Aiden, Sock, Steely, Wizard. I got that right that time. Oh wait, that was it. You know, I'm just going to move on to Johnny B, Corky, Smiley, Alex and Padge. That is your order with, if I can do the maths, see if I've got the brain power. 15, 17 laps to go. As Ethan boxes, Josh stays out, looking to the overcut here, as well as that guy goes into the box. Got that guy on for the mediums. Ethan also on for the mediums. This Wizard gets a 3-second time penalty again. That means he now has 3 seconds, his first time penalty. What's going to be interesting now is to see how much faster the new medium runners are. As they encounter traffic that leads up to P4. Steely with his pit lane speeding penalty, and he retires in the pit lane. That's a shame to see. He was running in 11th as well. Ethan gets a time penalty, so he was on with a few warnings. We've got Socks going around the outside. Into turn 6, he keeps the 4th position. Oh no, Steely's AI has come back out of the pit lane, but yeah, Ethan getting a 3-second time penalty could doom his chances at the win. He's now going to have to gap P2 by 3 seconds to win. That's Nyco on his second podium, 15 laps to go. It looks like he's going to try and take these mediums to the end. But we'll have to see. I mean, Socks on the 2-lap newer tyres, not too far behind. Ethan gaining a lot on these new mediums. Then you got Cal not too far behind. We're going to go on board with him as he gets a few spins and his teammate overtakes him. Johnny B, the fastest lap. The one that's, I think it's a 1:17.6. Yes, it is. Still that's 1.9 seconds off the race lap record. Yeah, it's Ethan, the new medium runners. Ethan, that guy, powering through the field. Looks like Josh is doing one of his strange strategies. He's going 19 laps on the hards. Killian's not too far off him now. Ethan on the behind. I was going to say on the behind of Socks, but that just sounds strange and it's going to get clipped out of context. Ethan catching up to Socks either way though, on the new mediums. Probably going to get him into turn 1. Yes, Ethan climbs up to P4. Socks is 8 tenths behind, but crazy. Cal overtakes, and there's a caution set to 1. I think Aiden having a bit of an incident out turn 2. Josh still on the hards. It's infamously said by a few people the best way to beat Josh is by his strategy, not on track. I think we're definitely seeing it here today. Killian has caught up. I think when Killian gets in DRS, he'll probably box. Or he'll be boxing anytime soon, generally. Speaking of the devil, he does that. Certainly does that. Johnny B with a 3-second time penalty as well. Whilst this gives Josh the best tyres for the end now, he's going to go 11 laps on the mediums. He has to now carve through any of the field that gets past him. Yeah, although Josh is only down to P6, whereas Ethan, I think, was a bit further down, or around the same area. We've got, I think that's an instance that with Smiley. I think it was, yes. That promotes Killian to the lead, Nyco in second, and Ethan to third. Although he's going to probably catch into Nyco's DRS by the end of this lap. So Ethan's going to have to catch 8.3 seconds and gap the leader. Ethan's going to have to catch 11 seconds to get the win on track now. So it looks like he's going for the overtake down the main straight. He does get that DRS into turn 1. See if that guy can catch him as well. Despite all this, Josh is only on 3-lap newer tyres than it compared to Ethan and that guy. That is still important to know, but we'll have to see how much of a difference that does make. Right, we have 12 laps to go. Double question myself there. So Ethan gaps Nyco 1.6 seconds, gaining on Killian, I think, by 1.5 seconds already. I think about 1.9 seconds. It was about 8.4 the gap to Killian when before he overtook Nyco. Just shows how important having newer mediums are. See, Josh has caught up a lot as well. But bear in mind, Josh then currently needs to go fast enough to catch Socks. Then he needs to do the 1.7 second gap from Socks to that guy. Then he needs to overtake. Speaking of that guy boxes. Well, no, Killian boxes, and that guy overtakes Socks, and he overtakes Killian as he boxes. That puts Ethan into the lead, Josh into 4th. So that means Josh needs to now lap fast enough to catch Socks. Then he's going to have to pass Socks. Then he needs to pass that guy. Although he might not if he would if he, I don't know. He's got a lot of stuff to do before the end of this race, Josh does. Although those new tyres will undoubtedly help him out. Although as it stands, I think Ethan would get the win. Yeah, by 1.5 seconds currently. He's still going to have to push, push, push. I'm still thinking about driver of the day. I'm actually not sure who I'm going to give it to. I genuinely, I'm not sure. Oh, we've got a Haas into having a bit of an incident there. That's Aiden, yeah. Aiden has lost his wing going into turn 5. I think he might consider retiring. That's a caution set to do. Oh wait, that is a full course safe yellow, and that's a safety car. I didn't see that for a moment. That is a safety car. That throws Josh's strategy practically into the bud. Although Ethan does have the weakness of the fact he's caught up to the safety car. This really turns the race on its head now. This basically modded Josh's previous strategy, but he got the advantage of not being near the safety car. Now Ethan, everybody near the front, like Ethan is at disadvantage because they caught the safety car. Although they're basically going to have to box him and that guy. This really does turn the race on its head. It's like a... Jack, you just pitted, Jack? Fair enough, yeah. I mean, I think she's a safety car. 10 laps to go. New mediums. But yeah, that basically means Ethan and that guy are in the mud. This is a Killian Miami thing. Miami a fair few seasons ago where he was at a disadvantage on the safety car. Because everybody behind that guy has boxed. Or was on fresh rubber, apart from Padge. Although, Ethan and that guy are probably going to have to box anyways. Or that will put them relatively far back. I think probably, if you look, Wizard with a time penalty, probably around 8. Although they'll have the freshest tyres. They're going to have to. They've got 10 laps to go through the field. Great comps for tonight, David Luis, now Paphos Luis. I'm afraid I don't know what you mean, sir. Anyways, Ethan and that guy up to down to 6th and 7th. They got shafted by the safety car. That safety car could have decided the race as well. Well, if you mean great concert tonight, that's very nice to say. Although it'll be a fair, I think, a couple laps, maybe lap 28, the safety car will go in. It can't stay out forever. Obviously, I think it's limited by a couple laps. But it'll wait to see as many people catch up as possible. Yeah, safety car really spiced up the race. I'm not sure what caused it. Was it the Haas or something? I don't know if anyone could see. He doesn't like football. He's a weirdo. Fair enough, David. I like football myself, although I don't follow it that much these days. I do like football. Massively helps Ox. Yeah, it massively helped pretty much anybody unless you're called Ethan and that guy. Although Padge is on, I don't think his box, but his hards aren't that old, so I feel like he could get away with it. Ethan and that guy are the people that have gotten shafted by the safety car, because they caught up to it and they had to box. Although they're only in 6th and 7th as well, they have penalties, and the top 3 don't. A safety car will probably be in very soon. I'm going to predict this on next lap. This is going to be a tumultuous end to the race here, folks. This could be the way that Killian gets his next win. His, I think that's an 11th win in IIRL. And will continue to lead the championship as it stands. David, I've been a Sheffield United fan since I was very young. And my family have for quite a long time. I am a Sheffield United fan. I don't care what people... don't really care if people bully us to being the championship. I go to quite a lot of the games as well. So... I'm a fan of them. I still reminisce on the days when we got 9th in the Premier League. South Yorkshire's... Sure, mate. Either that or I live in Bradford. Nah, South Yorkshire's better than West Yorkshire. I don't know what you're talking about, mate. Don't know what you're talking about. Anyways, looks like most of the field caught to the safety car is in this lap then. That Killian is leading a restart here on lap 27. We have 8 laps of racing left. See when Killian goes. I'm going to go on board with Socks and watch the restart. And then we go to an ad. You leave my dump alone. A key word is dumb, David. Looks like Killian might go on the exit of this or the next corner. Yeah, Socks was definitely helped by the safety car. Looks like Killian's going to go any minute soon. No passing until the timing line as Killian restarts the race on lap 27 going into lap 28. Good safety car restart. He's caught a 6/10 gap to Socks. Nyco behind 8/10. And Josh currently just been passed by Johnny B. Although he repasses Johnny B, then Johnny B repasses him. As we go into turn 2, there is a close battle. Bit of wheel banging through the long left-hander as Johnny B stays ahead. I will focus, change back to intervals. Glitching saying caution in sector 2, though that is not the case anymore. So Ethan looking for a bit of an overtake into the chicane. Fortunately doesn't secure that on Josh. Although those new mediums means he will be rapid. Go into position quickly. As Aiden retires from the session on track, which causes another safety car. And Padge gets a penalty for a collision with Smiley. I thought retiring on track wasn't illegal. I don't know though. That causes another safety car. We had, by my calculations, 1 lap of racing. So as far as I'm aware, I didn't know you were allowed to retire on track. Yeah, I thought that was illegal. I don't think you're allowed, maybe purposely cause a safety. I'm not going to throw anything out there, you know. He retired on track though. I didn't clip it, Stuart, unfortunately, but that did cause this to a safety car, which is basically giving all the good karma back to Ethan and that guy, because they've got the freshest tyres. Actually, that is a lie. No, it sort of helped them, but everybody else is on new soft, so maybe that isn't the case. Yeah, well, unless he's actually by accident done that, then yeah. Actually, I mean, this, depending on how long this may have actually helped. So maybe Josh is net P1, we'll have to see. Although, depends how long the softs will last. They're probably going to be good for about 3 laps. I presume the safety car will go in around lap 31. So yeah, this has definitely turned over this race. But we'll have to see if that was an on-track retirement, not by accident. Alright, go on board with Killian on the broadcast cam. Although if you were the leading 7, I guess it could make sense not to box, although it is a gamble to go for softs. But people like Josh are known for these kind of strategies. Although we'll have to see if Corgi catches up to the safety car. Corgi and Smiley think they need to catch up and then we'll be good. Looking to have around 5 to 4 laps of racing to end this Grand Prix, folks. Certainly be an interesting one towards the end of these 2 safety cars. Alright, that is Smiley has caught up to the safety car view. So safety car will probably be in this lap. We can have 5 laps of racing. Yep, safety car in this lap. We're going to watch Killian from Sock's POV. See if he goes from the same place again. I think the interesting thing I'll see is how good the soft runners are going to be. They've got to let their tyres be prime live for 5 racing laps here in Hungary, in the Hungaroring. As we should be going any minute now. Alright, Killian restarts us. That was an interesting restart. He does pull a 4:10 gap on softs. Now we have no overtaking the timing line, although we have passed that. And that was Nyco looking for an overtake, doesn't get it. Killian locks up into turn 1. Josh into P6, Cal into P7, Wizard into P5. Well, he's battling with Josh. Josh now up into P5, we're going to turn 2. We've got a few changes of positions well further back. Corgi battling a bit. Padge to P10. That's Ethan as well, he goes down to 9th. It seems Josh's sort of rogue choice to go for the softs could pay off a bit. Ethan gets another time penalty as well. Don't mind technical difficulties there, folks. My controller decided to die. Just replugged it in. Technical difficulties. Alright, let's go down to P5, go to Johnny B. Yeah, my controller was being a maniac. Well, that might have been touching my headphone wire. But, well, it's fine though, we sorted it out. Yeah, we got 3 laps left to go. It's still saying caution set to 2, which is interesting. Corgi gets a 3-second time penalty. And most of the cars in the tight train. Josh now up to P4. Right, now we have 2 laps left to go. Just watching Josh here, the highest up soft runner, though Cal is only 2 cars behind. getting DRS. It's going to be interesting to see on this lap how the new softs are playing out against the wall mediums of Nyco. DRS open for the Sauber driver, for the third place in the Drivers' Championship driver as well. Yeah, we've still got some field spread as well, but we are going to follow the leading train into the last 2 laps. May have a look around the field though, but focus on the battle for the win here. Battle for P1 between Josh, Nyco, Sox and Killian. If Josh can overtake those 3. I haven't checked how many warnings all of them have got, but that would be something to consider, folks. Now we have an overtake on with the mitten from Smiley. Now the penultimate lap, Salk's battling for P1 between his championship rival, who's he's second in the championship. Can he win today? We'll have to look. If he won, 25 points to his tally. And he is 29 points adrift from Killian. Means he would outscore him to the point where it would definitely narrow down that gap significantly. Talking about narrowing the gap significantly, he's catching up into turn 4. He's gone a bit wide though. I don't think Josh is going to get on the podium. Although, actually, to bear in mind, I'm not going to rule it out. Yeah, we'll see if Salks gets the win. We're coming up to the penultimate corner, turn 12, up to turn 13. Sox coming up to the final penultimate time. He's going to go around turn 14 up to the start finish straight. Killian taking the inside line. Sox closing up a bit. They're probably not enough, but he's going to look for it into turn 1. Doesn't get the overtake. He's going to get one more dose of DRS on the final lap. Yeah, right. Sox catching up now. 3 tenths between him and Killian. As Nyco falls out of DRS range, probably going to try and park it from Josh here to get P3. Going to go on board now with Sox as the final corners. The battle between the championship rivals. It's a bit of a snap there for Sox. Into turn 11, the flat corner. Up to turn 12, it looks like Killian... Actually, I'm not going to call it now. I'll go on board with him a bit later. Looks like, though, could be Corgi with a 3-second penalty as well. We are going to go on board with Killian as he wins his 11th race in IIRL and extends his championship lead. That is Killian in P1, Stocks in P2, Nyco with his second podium, P3 ever. Nyco just at the line, yeah. Josh P4, Cal P5, Ethan P6, Johnny P7, that guy P8, Wizard Mitten P9, Padge P10. Although Padge just go to 8th at the line, Wizard Mitten down to 11th. I've got Smiley in 12th, I think Smiley in 12th or 13th, and then we've got Corey to finish the race. And that is it, folks. That is the Hungarian Grand Prix this season. Looks like Smiley crossed the line with no wing. That is it. Killian wins his 11th race in IRL. Not even his 11th race, he gets his 11th win ever in IRL, extends his championship lead. Second podium, first assist here. Yeah, well done to you, Nyco. Yeah, Well, I'll probably give you a mention in the driver of the day at the least. You and Socks. That is it. Nyco with his second podium ever in IRL and his first in the assist tier. Killian his 11th win in IRL ever. Socks with another podium. Just checking. That is his another podium for him either way. Well done to you, Killian. Your 11th win in IRL. Congratulations. So you lead from Socks, then Nyco, then Josh, then Cal, then Ethan, then Johnny, Padge, that guy, Alex, Wizard, Smiley, Corgi, Aiden, and I think Aiden DNF'd as well, Steely, 15th. I think the people I'm looking at for driver of the day are probably Cal, Nyco, and Socks. Although I mentioned Killian because she got the win. Yeah, that is the race then, folks. And with that, I will bid you all adieu for my 8th stream. I hope you enjoyed listening to my voice drone on for 2 hours. Yeah, Ethan will discuss that in a bit. That is going to be me done, and that is the latest round of IRL done. Killian's going to be with you in just over a week's time for the next no assist race. Otherwise, we're going on our week break next week. There may be a social race on, but we'll have to see if that gets streamed. Although Killian, our race winners day, will be with you next. And with all of that said, it's going to be a goodbye from me. Goodbye.